Both here, you don't have your Sonic Wave available. Doom already being deleted. Shackle shot, flies forward, no trees, Elijah, 2 sets. You're trying to keep Weeha back, throwing out the dagger. A nice little steal of a shield, making it even more difficult for NIGMA to find a target to go on.
I think the best way to deal with beef, as they were talking about in the panel, is that you just burn all their mana. Maybe you can't kill them, but eventually they won't be able to fight back. If these Underlord, these Life Stealers, these Dooms, they just have no mana. They do rely on their small mana pools to actually cast the spells that make them impactful. Yeah, you have Rage on the Life Stealer, but eventually you're going to be able to poke him down and force out the Rage just to burn, not get his mana burn. I like the way this game's going for NIGMA so far. Not only do we talk about the PL being the strongest hero in the late stages of the game, getting a really nice item there in the Ring of Aquila both sides, but not nearly as impactful on the Radiant side. No agility carry there, but a Batrider and Earthshaker, I'd say 2 of the greediest supports in the entire game. You know, like these heroes scale incredibly well, and even though your 3 position's struggling, you do already have a Blink Dagger on your technically 5-position Earthshaker, and you're going to have one soon, most likely on the Batrider based on his net worth.
Did Lifesteals just leave the Vambrace on the ground?
Oh no, not the jelly again, Toby.
It's not the jelly, it's just a Vambrace.
I'm just saying,
if it was the jelly, I'd have a lot more issues with this.
Fair enough.
I don't care about Vambrace.
Yeah, that item lowers your net worth. Who wants that? I wonder where he dropped it.
It was in the side camp. Right now you've got ES coming down with a Blink Echo Slam, but doesn't find the exact target, but gets a hell of a lot of rotations coming in behind. He still has Fissure. Going to keep Monet down inside the river while September thinks about going in deeper. He got the Infernal Blade off, so at least the ES will end up going down. Miracle jumping for the back, but Setsu losing life so quickly. Miracle needs another jump, another escape away. Doppelganger will give him exactly that while Weeha trying to line up. Flywim just wants to TP away to safety. Has he got the life to survive long enough? No, he doesn't. Kuro will get the double kill, and RNG have 4 heroes pushing up the daisies.
DDPL, when he has that Phantom Rush active, 44 free agility, that is 88 damage. He hits for 400 at 16 minutes into the game, ignoring the mana burn as well as the illusions. That is so much damage. Oh, Underlord not looking like a very beefy boy, I believe the panel called them.
Monet, Flame Break, actually close the distance so he can battle here. Super, doesn't really care. Now he'll get the telekinesis back, and that's Kuro. A killing spree being ended by Super himself.
Oh, he has the Vambrace recipe on.
He does? Okay, he got it in the backpack. I thought he left it on the ground for a bit, but well spotted.
The Queen of Pain was saved initially by a Rubik Aphotic Shield, by the way. They did get the Echo Slam onto the Queen of Pain, but a stolen Aphotic Shield wasn't enough to save him that time around. Setsu not having the mid-game impact you'd hope for from a hero like Queen of Pain. He might help get the silence,
and yep, can't move himself away. Shackle even for the extra duration control, and the Tier 1 tower claimed.
RNG, I think, losing a bit of sight of what their heroes, like which hero fits into what role in the game. That's Underlord's job to be in that dangerous zone of the map. You don't want to be a Queen of Pain, a mobile hero playing underneath your own tower. That defeats the whole purpose of being mobile. You're presenting yourself to the opponent, and I mean, that's just so costly. I'm very concerned for the impact of Queen of Pain as this game goes on. Yeah, he's going for a Yules, but they were talking about the lack of saves, and maybe you don't need it on most of these cores on RNG, but now they have a Blink Shaker with not a single item built on the Queen of Pain that's a core item. You have to be fearful that Setsu's just going to feed sometimes for the rest of the game.
It's kind of weird, like you feel like, oh, we're pulling into caster bias, say like NIGMA are in a good position even though they're like 2k gold behind, but you are feeling a lot more synergy from the heroes currently. We still need the RNG to kind of show us a little bit more. So I looked at September, I looked at the other Blinker, you look towards the Doombringer, the heroes he can potentially delete, the combination he can do with Monet. Now you have a Halberd also completed on Monet.
It just seems so much easier to play NIGMA's draft at the current moment. Lack of mobility coming out from RNG. They are trying to get something done, though.
He's getting information as much as he possibly can. The lasso's out of Ramone. Shackle flies forward, but Ramone just rages up with the open wound. So much life coming back in. Your Scepter up and towards the air. Weeha hits the deck. The Doom is over on We2. Miracle, the Sonic Wave. That's huge. Hitting through NIGMA. Mind Control will be saved by his ultimate. Miracle, however, saved by GH. A huge jump in. A 2-man Fissure. A follow-up hit. Flywin needs a little bit of extra help. A push out Miracle. Able to doppelganger himself away. Which one's the real one? Mind Control finally falling down. Setsu blinks forward. He wants the big hero with a Yule Scepter and Scream. It'll be enough to kill off Miracle. RNG, now the synergy comes as a 5-man unit.
Lack of mobility is not punished when they're running into you. Team NIGMA taking a fight that they may not have the strength to take. They're going to feed maybe a 4th hero, as you said. Maybe.
They got him. Like, his 4 staffs on cooldown. The Firefly wears is off right now. And Kuro, where's the path away? Setsu's there. There's 4 heroes surrounding him. At least he'll get a 3-man flame break, but that's all. And what do you get in return? Wind Range is pushing bottom. ES is waiting mid.
I love that heat map for Queen of Pain. That's danger zone body. The bottom lane is like, don't go there. The one time he went there, he died. That was like for a split second. That was pretty funny, actually. All mid lane and top otherwise.
Yeah, Setsu trying to have a little bit more fun. We are looking for some revenge DPS. My God, he actually hit so hard. The Ninja! Oh, GH, right time, right place, right back channel.
Yeah, that was perfect timing. The Queen of Pain holding the blink just long enough, thinking that he was going to be fine if he just delayed it as long as possible, and that getting punished to the max. Dragon Seal, not a bad item on PL, but most people don't tend to use it. It does apply with your illusions, but at this point in the game, you don't always have a slot.
Feels like there's a lot of other heroes who would like to have that.
Yeah.
And you even give it to the supports to jump in, like Batrider wouldn't mind it, ES as well. They'll both be on the front lines.
They just have this Van Brace in the backpack of Rubik now. Queen of Pain's had 2 nulls for a very long time now. I don't know if RNG plans to use this Van Brace at any given point.
Just keeping it because they've got it.
Looks really stylish in your backpack, you know? Yeah. Accessories.
That's what they call it. Like was it like, my mom always had like a china cabinet. Had all the rarest things there.
Purely aesthetic.
Yeah.
To show off, I see.
I'm just waiting for that. Like we have like TI, like we put the Aegis, the Immortal on a wall. It's like, no. There is enough of them right now. You need to have a cabinet full of this.
Okay. Yeah. They are going to smoke up on RNG. Looks like they're not going to find anything as of yet. Most of Team NIGMA is in the mid or top lane right now. We do have just Miracle bottom. Queen of Pain revealed somehow. Did not see the smoke break, but definitely not going to catch anybody now. Going for that BKB, pretty much required for him to fight. There's no way you can ever react to an Earthshaker going on you, so you have to preemptively BKB in these fights.
That's a nice time to complete. 21-21 in for the MKB. And smoke instantly from Team NIGMA using that Dire Observer ward. They saw the Rubik moving. At this point, you kind of take whatever kill you can. You just don't want to have to commit something as big as the Echo Slam for it, but this will be nicer. Flywin totally isolated. The rest of his team is coming. Kuro wants to drag him down the hill. We have with a focus fire. Flywin does fall very quickly. Monet keeping the chase going before stops. And the Aphotic Shields is allowing a disengage while Miracle holster. He charged forward in September, but there's your Echo Slam. Monet in September. Don't be caught. I remember there's no range available. Monet shackled to the dead corpse of September. Oh, that is problematic to say the least. Flywin bought back for this fight too, and you can see Team NIGMA, they would like to get a little bit more, but now back up. That's still huge. 3 hero kills plus one of your big cores buying back. And you had the Rubik buyback previously as well.
You saw the hesitation. He wasn't sure if that was the real PL when he came out of the double. He had the real one stomped right in front of him, but because he wasn't sure, he decided to hesitate, and he paid the price. GH will always punish you if you get out of position with that Earthshaker. His Echo Slams have been on point all tournament long. The TI8 OG strat, pick your favorite heroes, is playing really well here for NIGMA.
Good scan from Radiant. Underlord's coming over. This will be a dieback. GH's invis. He's seen the Doombringer arrive too. Kuro's the first man being initiated on, but Roshan's already taken. GH staying on top of September. Hits a 2-man Fissure. Setsu. Alright, GH, he can't TP out that quickly. Yulceptor will cancel it, and he will definitely lose his life. A little bit of extra damage, but that's all. But you got what you came for if you're NIGMA. You're able to get Roshan down. And the fact he got Kuro out to safety as well, sacrificing himself to the captain.
Yeah, I think the supports are going to be the X factor of this game. Something I kind of overlooked in the draft is just how well these NIGMA supports fare against heroes like Lifestealer and Queen of Pain as the game goes on. If you get caught, Lifestealer generally a hero that can't get bursted, but with Wind Ranger plus all these disables, boom, you can easily die before you get that rage off.
Yeah. ES is just so spectacular to watch. Mind control, very close on the front lines. Only missed call being stolen by the Rubik. Not the shield he's looking for, because that's the counter. If Kuro's looking for the lasso, he wanted to actually really drag back Flywin, but he just didn't get it.
It's easy to do if you slightly misclick on Batrider, like you drag back a bit too early. You thought the lasso was going to go off, but just a bit too soon on that. I'm trying to remember what that item's called.
Optic.
Yeah, the Optic. That's such a value item on Batrider because you never really want to buy Ether Lens, but he's going to buy it on the support Batrider on top of it. So his cast range on Lasso, as well as even just the save from Force Staff, super nice here. Looks like, oh, that's actually above average on the halberd for Lifestealer. I guess usually Lifestealers will go like 2 small items, maybe go for like the armlet into Deso and then the halberd. But Monet's just been doing the flat Maelstrom, halberd, Mjolnir almost every single game.
Queen, you are in a bit of trouble. That Blink Echo Slam is ready to go. Smoke right behind it. GHOM trying the old-fashioned way. The shackle shot on Zensu, but Weeha needs to finish the job defensively. Also dropping towards the air, and now it's Weeha doomed up. Miracle will arrive, and where is your big dunk? It never came. They didn't just want the kill and getting the hell out of there. Now they lose Wind Ranger and Flying Wind. Yep, he has a life stealer inside. Mind Control needs to keep the run going. The Fissure, a nice double stop for him. Zensu keeping up, however, and Mind Control moves over. He can't deny himself, so he's dead, but he takes the attention of RNG, but still, that is not the way NIGMA wanted to start. They could have just Blink Echoed and just instantly destroyed the Quap.
I think he thought the Wind Ranger was enough, but Monet instantly halberding him once he got into range. So the damage follow-up was not there. Kroki looking, I think, for a lasso, and this is what I talked about with Queen of Pain. One of the best heroes for punishing Batrider if he slightly overextends and does not get the lasso off.
Oh, that almost felt like a waste. Super does have that stolen shield. He was also there for the 25-minute bounty. And the pressure being applied by PL on bottom lane. Attacking into the tier 2 tower will force at least the Underlord to TP back. As Orb of Destruction has dropped for Monet.
That's a huge item for Lifestealer. That's just an amazing item. It's like a pseudo Scotty in the sense that it slows, as well as the -5 armor. Certain heroes just love that item, and since Lifestealer, he goes for this Halberd Mjolnir, he has free slots that he can make great use of these neutral items at this stage in the game. A lot of carries kind of go for like the Wraith Bands and these efficiency items, but you just don't do that on Lifestealer, at least Monet doesn't. Repair kit, something we'll have to keep in mind later in the game. Yeah, RNG's looking to end the game. Or
leave that one in the fountain when RNG's ready to end the game. Yeah, we'll see you in 20 minutes time.
It's kind of funny that it's like a tier 3 item because you usually only worry about it 40 minutes plus, unless your lineup's obviously very fast paced. But I don't think this game's going to be ending anytime soon either way. Both teams have so much like playmaking potential, initiation stuns, that generally means that it's very scary to end the game, even when you're ahead by a drastic margin. Of course, this game being almost neck and neck, 26 minutes in. BKB.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire are scanning. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is falling. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Double damage!
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Invisibility!
Dire are scanning. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Inferno takes you. Almighty money.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
What a way, right?
Yeah, the spider legs is what he was using to get up on the cliff initially and then get back down.
But that's where you see the power of Doom against the Wind Ranger. Lincoln's Sphere, probably a nice little thing later on. And you've already got one now arriving on the Queen of Pain, 33 minutes in.
I like the Shadow Blade by Doom. It's really important to get the positioning because of heroes like Wind Ranger and PL reactively being able to defend themselves, like in the time that it takes you to blink cast your spells. It's really important that you come out of Invis when you're the primary source of just ruining one of their games.
It's kind of funny that you talk about it that way. Like, it's a mirror matchup. If you look at GH, he's building up his own Shadow Blade as well.
Yeah, just like Lifestealer, right? And Queen of Pain with the BKB. Reactionary ways to defend themselves. If they see you, even for a split second, they're going to get that BKB off. So using that Shadow Blade as a way to position for that Blink Dagger is why these items are coming out on the supports.
Quality itemization.
Yeah.
Great teamwork. This is what you want to see in a grand final, especially one where the winner of this goes towards the major. And now Miracle, a double damage rune. Smoke up and fight. NIGMA won it. In fact, they just won Roshan, and they will be obliged. The big man is up.
I'm just surprised that DD rune was on top. Isn't that how it always works when you're trying to get Roshan?
Yes, it's already available close by. Convenience store.
Yep. That thing dies fast. The abatic buffing up all the illusions. The solar crest also doing the minus armor.
If RNG had any desire to try and counter this, oh, they lost it. Aegis the Immortal into the butterfly-hearted Phantom Lancer.
They had no Doom, so it's like really hard to fight with RNG because it really does just eliminate Weehaw from the fight. You know he's saving it for him every single time, so they know that NIGMA's missing, and they're scared that they could be doing anything. They could be trying to take a 5-on-5, but instead NIGMA capitalizing on that fear that RNG has to have by taking that Roshan.
And that turns into a bounty trade. Hilarious enough on the opposite sides of the outpost that people control. So Setsu will claim the bottom, but pressure being applied on the top as well as the mid. Mind control mid aura. Lifesteal getting even one of the bigger ones that Assault Cuirass.
It's always funny when some of these Gosu AI times, they seem to line up almost perfectly on certain heroes. It's like, yeah, AC on Lifesteal, pretty much always the 3rd or 4th item around this stage in the game. Needs some armor, needs some attack speed.
Just shows you everything is on course.
Yep.
Tier 2 tower is now gone. Double catapult wave to work with. And that's the last remaining out of tower that RNG had. Fresh obs get to be planted down. Try and put them in a little bit of a unique position where you're not going to sentry. Even though there is sentry on sentry action right in front of the base, but Miracle, remember, Heart and Aegis, this is their time to force things. Queen of Pain just TP'd back. Miracle still the front liner. The pit is good. Kuro looking for his own initiation. Quick doppelganger. Miracle still trying to back up, but caught on the edge of the pit. W's quick force stuff. But RNG just dropping a little bit of mana. Not quite certain exactly what they wanted to do with that infest. It's like, Setsu, are you going in? No, I'm not. All right, I guess I'll jump back out again.
I think it's so he doesn't get initiated onto when he doesn't have rage.
Oh, Miracle. They break the Lincoln Sphere. Monet protected by Doombringer's Lotus Orb. That's why you can stand the front lines. Even a Photic Shield now in the hands of Rubik. So a lot of saves that RNG had to work with. And NIGMA know they've been really tried and tested, pushing these high grounds in the mid-game. So they're trying to be safe about this. Miracle is the only one. And Miracle, and Miracle, and Miracle. All of his illusions working to kill it off. Now the shackle shot. It's good. Lasso from Kuro. Rubik's not in range. Flywind's pulled back so far, but September's going to stick with him. He'll get the Doom off, and it's over on Weehaw, but Weehaw also triggered his BKB. So Setsu in September trying to stick with him for the moment. Sonic Wave, they'll finish the job. But meanwhile, back in base, it's the Miracle Show. Flywind, he's actually still not dead. It's Rubik who'll get the pickup. There needs to be a little extra help. Mind control trying to help him out. The air goes slam. GH will arrive. He hits the 2 cores, but not that much damage. Miracle still needs to escape from this. 3 seconds before it's got the jump. He'll have to burn the Aegis to the Immortal. Mind control and Kuro are nearby. I'm not quite certain what they can really do. The pit's already down, and Miracle needs a doppelganger. He needs something. The fissure from Super allowed the chain stuns, and Miracle will fall. And because Kuro is just able to blink before the attack will connect, he'll be able to retreat himself to safety. So you take the tier 3 tower.
Underlord is so tanky, man. He spent the entire time chasing him down, getting the classic overcommitment.
Got that had that coming. Yeah. You take that. I can't get you, I'll go through your family.
Yeah, I'm almost surprised they gave the Aegis to Peel rather than Wind Ranger, because you know that September is getting the Doom on the Wind Ranger, and Cheese does not do anything in that case. Yeah, you need to go high ground, so you're kind of tempted to put the Aegis on the hero that you want to hit the buildings, but I think Weehaw needs to be able to contribute to these fights. He's really the sole way of threatening the damage onto the Lifestealer, even the Queen of Pain, before they get those BKBs or rage off. Oh, well, he got his BKB off, Topes.
Well, it definitely works.
Oh, there's the repair kit.
Trying to protect him once again. Yep, the repair kit. Thanks to also the fact they triggered the fortification on the tier 2 tower. Most of the creep wave already died. It was just the 2 range creeps on a very low amount of life. But the bottom lane is pushing in. They gave a little bit of a nudge for RNG on the top lane. So just a quick reset.
Stolen fissure on Rubik, though. That cannot be underestimated. Especially if it catches somebody off guard. Even if you know they have it, sometimes you just forget. You know, you're not playing against an Earthshaker a whole game, and suddenly you get hit by a fissure.
And we have
now
25.
he has the fear. Yeah, that's a big one. We talked about that.
So all the advantage, I'm not quite certain if like the cheese was consumed, right?
I think Wind Ranger has it, I assume. No.
No, it was Abaddon who picked it up from the pit.
Oh, did he? Okay, so Wind Ranger had none of the items. Interesting.
Yeah, he might have had and just triggered it. I just only saw what was picked up from the pit. And RNG, they'll group up themselves. This is their turn. For a smoke, 5 players together. It's worked for them in the past, and they'll try it again. down the middle lane. Would you like a PL, or a PL? You want none of those because none of them are PL. But inside the jungle, underneath the Radiant Observer Ward, you know there's a Weehaw. Blink in, you also drop towards the air, the people get the instant grab, and Weehaw will fall.
Even it gets to hold the Doom. I like that he BKBs on Doom, because worst case scenario, they have to, like, the Airshaker happens to be behind, and you know you're going to get the Doom off. Like, he was holding it in case they needed it, and he's the only one that BKB'd. I really like that. It seems like a weird BKB, but it basically causes, it makes sure nothing goes wrong. And it's really cool that the only one hero popped it there.
Lifestealer, lassoed back. There's no Shrine down there to TP over to. Rubik just making his way in. Now the Sun Control will go to work. Even Echo Slam being committed. Man, they really want to Mona. He's dead for half a minute. Super throws out the Fisher, begins his own TP. No one is in range for a stun.
That's very strange. If they weren't helping the Wind Ranger mid and they're not top, where are they?
I'm gonna say bottom.
Yeah, it's a very strange play by
process of elimination.
Yeah, generally that's how map awareness works. I'm not trying to call him out for having bad map awareness, but that is very strange that he made that play into his own jungle with none of his team around.
Hey, you got good things, you got bad things. The BKB and then just a little bit of a maneuver from the Lifestealer caught out. Now removed the Shrine. This makes Roshan a little bit more accessible now for NIGMA.
Prince's Knife on the Batrider now. Not exactly a hero that attacks instantly, so maybe they'll still be able to get their BKBs off. It is a 2.5 duration Hex on first attack.
Oh, wow.
People who don't know that item.
Oh, he's got a Lotus Orb on him. Never mind, Setsu's fine.
Oh, he's got a Prince Knife of his own. That's actually really nice on Quab. As long as you have the slot for it.
Miracle is really just trying to keep the nudge going. Keep in mind too, like you nudge the mid, then you can slip through the top. Shadowblade is now completed over on the ES.
So they got double Lotus Orb, they have a Shivas for the PL, they have the AoE Fear now. That's actually kind of a big deal just because being able to peel the PL off of the target that he's focusing. You saw how long it takes to kill a lot of these heroes. Doom, super tanky, the Underlord Aura, removing 35% of that base damage from PL, which he is almost entirely base damage. Does hand the Witless Shaco off to Kuroki. That's 1,000 health at the sacrifice of 400 mana on an in hero. That's generally pretty good.
I like how RNG is still not, they don't have to hide inside their base. Yeah, we lost a tier 3 tower. Yeah, we lost a shrine, but you're looking for your own openings. 42-minute runes. Grab the illusion. Is that shield? It's shield. The best thing that Rubik can steal.
It's so huge. It allows them to hold the BKBs. On one hero at least, or if somebody does get initiated on, but with the lasso, like you said. That's why Abaddon's good against Bat.
Ninja Gear for Lifestealer. You get the Flicker for the Abaddon.
Oh, the Ninja Gear. I actually think this is a support item, oddly enough. They put agility on it, but you love it on, if he ends up running out of slots, you love it on heroes like Doom. It's basically a Shadowblade.
That's actually who we gave it over to.
Yeah, it is basically a Shadowblade. So people have been using it on Disruptor a lot. You know, they were talking about on the panel one time that it wasn't very good on supports, but I think teams have, I thought that initially too, and now teams have just been putting it on supports exclusively.
Go for it. Corey needs to get the hell out of there. The pit once again is able to trigger in time. Very fast jumps, and GH, he was nearby, but he cannot help. Meanwhile, on the top lane, mind control, movement speed, trying to break it through the tree line. Monet, Setsu, and Flywind all on the tail. GH thinks about helping out. One quick force up gets him a little bit closer. Vision may need to be committed. The shackle already breaking the Lincoln Spirit. Setsu will BKB up. Mind control. Borrowed time has already been triggered. Buyback coming in from the Batrider. Needs some kind of counter. Miracle. He jumped into the back lines. And he needs a little extra help to keep the fight going. And the lasso Koro trying to clip. Who's he going to clip? Super? Put him up on the hill. I guess that'll work. For the moment, Buyback now in from the Underlord. A TP on the way out. Anyone have a stun? Flame break. Oh man, the damage. They still can't even kill him. But the chase continues further towards the south. But another TP out. And the BKB protects him. The fissure. It didn't get the stun. He triggered at the last second.
That was a matter of milliseconds. Roche going to be spawning in about 30 seconds. Neither team knows that though.
You go 10 seconds on that Roshan. It's ticking fast. And it just got scouted out by Batrider, but now they just look elsewhere. You're on top of a... is he on top of a... No, just a sentry. Just a sentry, not the knobs. Another look in towards Roshan, and this will be the perfect time for NIGMA. And there it is. They know it's up. They've got to be quick. This is now third Roshan. We'll have either the Aegis or the Refresher. If you can see that drop inside that massive PLs, win yourself some money. Blink forward, almost getting the hit over on the ES, but the Doombringer lows all protected. BKB Sensu still there on the front lines. Abaddon, Maritime will trigger. The Doombringer's going down the Sonic Wave. The Fear, he can't finish the job, and he gets the Doom over on the PL. Found the real one out of all of the illusion. Wind Ranger battling from the hillside, but the damage feels so negligible. Once again, NIGMA now have to buy back on a core. The over on the Underlord, caught on the wrong side. The last sword, but Sensu blinks in, trying to stay here with his core. The Miracle back to fight the Echo Slam. Monet, the Rage will protect him for the moment. They finally get through the Underlord. He's dead for 2 minutes. Weeha trying to focus down Monet, but he's losing his support heroes. Abaddon, as well as Bat Rider and ES, all falling down. Miracle, stun control for the moment. He needs some time to get himself out of here. 1 second before the gang is available, and Miracle is down for 2 minutes. A triple kill for Monet. Weeha moving over the spider legs up the hill. The Fidget buys some more time. I think he wants to try and power shot down Super. September chasing him, but the Yule Center from Setsu. Weeha will also die to the Scream. 4 heroes down, only one of them has buyback, and RNG are making a beeline for the mid lane.
Wow.
That escalated quickly.
It did indeed, and Miracle feeling himself a little bit too hard, does buyback, and Abaddon gets bursted before his ulti comes back off a cooldown. His teammates, I said, he needs the supporting cast. He's done it up to 1v5. Even if he's individually the strongest hero in the game, like both teams, all 5 heroes scale really well, and took so much time to kill that Underlord. Lifestealer barely gets his rage off before that Echo Slam, and they're turning this into at least 1 lane reactor. Repair Kit is stalling it out, but I mean, that's a tall task for 2 heroes. There are tier 2s in the other 2 lanes,
yeah.
So that bodes decently well for NIGMA. Maybe they'll just be able to take. Actually, Roshan's still there. I didn't. Yeah. After all that, you almost forget it's still there.
And RNG can go back and claim it with no PL for 60 seconds. It would take one hell of a glorious play from GH to really even contest him, and he's still licking his wounds.
The efficiency infest.
Every coin helps.
So goodbye to Roshan. What have we got? It is Aghanim's upgrade.
Yep. Not bad at all. Lower cooldown. Drops it to 40, I believe, maybe 45.
So it feels like Team NIGMA will have, they'll need an amazing fight if they're going to repel this from RNG. Getting rid of the remaining Shrine. Abyssal Blade now done for the Lifestealer as well. I don't know if the Doom actually managed to complete up his refresher orb he was building up, but there would have been a lot of money. 25k, the advantage for RNG.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
This is all sudden as well. This is 6k from the Ags as well. That's the 6k of that net worth lead you get when you pick up that consumable Ags. And that all the buybacks coming out from NIGMA that then resulted. That was like 8 people dying, I think.
Something like that. There's that refresher orb.
So pretty much all 25k of that is in the last 2 minutes. Pretty crazy how this close of a game just burst wide open for RNG in one single fight. Feels like this is why most games aren't going to 70 minutes, because some fight between 45 to 60 minutes just has one team heavily favored coming out of it.
It's like die back and then 2 core heroes dead for 2 minutes. Like, I don't know what we defend with now. If it wasn't for the tier 2 towns, this game would be over.
Yeah, they would have been mega or at least 2 lanes of racks, which is a much bigger deal than just the 1. Okay, outposts.
Team NIGMA are coming out. They've got an Observer and Sentry on the hill. It's like they want to try and fight around the tier 2 tower. 47-minute mark as well.
Even as
cleaning up the jungle.
The Rapier queued up on PL. I don't know if he'll go for that. Not really the best hero.
He's got a lot of money.
Has fallen.
Now, RNG have arrived, bottom lane. If he can protect the tower. Fishes to begin with, the creep wave's still there, everyone's grouped up, and when the pipe is activated, GH knows this is not when he wants to try and jump in. Flame Break pushing him back, and that repair kit, that does clean up the wave quite nicely, buys a little bit more time. But they just let the Aegis Immortal Lifestealer, meant to be the invincible one, just keep the push going.
Arcana and DDPL, I don't think they're going to be able to make use of it, but if RNG decides to go for this, he does TP back. Maybe they're going to smoke out.
He finishes Abyssal Blade.
Okay, they might smoke out with this because of how important those runes are to making him just that much more powerful.
RNG's going to smoke in. Are they actually trying to hunt the Phantom Lantern?
I think he's out there, yeah. They know if he's farming the map at this point when you're ahead like this, the opponent's usually going to look on your side of the map because they know you don't want to play there. So it's interesting that they did that, but it does make sense. They haven't seen the PL yet.
They could have also scanned, they could have scanned, like that's what NIGMA did coming out. They're looking for their own opportunity but won't find it.
Yeah, they just clean sweep wherever he could be. So at this point, they have deduced that he is not in base, or sorry, that he is in his base or with his team.
No, just leave 2 observer wards behind and then push in through top lane.
That's an interesting move. It actually effectively corrals the PL, because if he wasn't already in base, you ensure that he is now.
Team NIGMA are not back at base in time. Mass TPs are coming in now. GH quickly into the Shadow Blade. Monet, they need to try and break something on him, but remember, he's still got their second life. The pit's being dropped down. Monet shackled. It will be sent back towards Weeha, but nothing will catch on him. Kuro found Super in the back line. Says he wants to jump into. It's a silence over on Kuro. Where is Jacker saying, no, they all get screamed away. Running in fear. Batrider is already down. Another quick shackle. This one catches Monet as well as Setsu. GH, he still wants his moment. And there is his moment. He jumps in for the big hit, but it's still not enough. They just regenerate and keep on fighting. Royal never have to give up, because they're going to take this game from Team NIGMA. They're running into their base. Miracle is doomed up for the moment. But this will be at least the second lane of Brax. That's it.
Going anywhere.
Nice shackle. Courier's coming out for the gem, able to claim him.
I love this buyback by Doom, knowing that they don't have buybacks on the 2 supports from NIGMA.
What is
It's time to win, baby.
Maybe they can catch Super. That's probably the easiest target in the back line.
That's nice.
Hex him up, jump him forward. Setsu looking for his own target over towards Weeha. RNG, we're looking for the second lane of Brax. Setsu, the defensive heal scepter up towards the air as there's your visible jump forward. Monet going up to Weeha. The pit's just so damn good, and so is the Sonic Wave. And it looks like Fly wants to take everyone back out of here. 3 heroes together. The only one not included in the delivery system was Setsu. But he'll be able to afford his own way back. That's what Kappa sponsorship gets you.
Not gonna touch that one, Toby. Okay, well, they don't get megged.
No, they don't. It really felt like it should have been over, but
yeah.
I guess RNG are being a little safer about this. Being 2 games up in a best-of-5 grand final, going to the major. Yeah, you play it safe.
Yeah, you don't have buyback on your Doom now. I think with that buyback, he did think it was over as well. That's why he bought back, just to really ensure the victory there.
She's actually in the middle of
He's fine.
NIGMA. Is that fine?
Nah.
I'm not certain that that's fine. Now Monet is the next primary target. They need some extra bashes from Miracle. Man, they do not want to fight into this pit, especially with the 25 talent buff up. It takes so long to get through the plus 0.8 second route.
It makes it like 80% uptime as opposed to about 50.
Weeha. Spider legs. No shackle target. The defensive BKB will do the work.
You've been holding that one for a while, haven't you?
Oh, I let it out before.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I let it out yesterday. But it was like...
Illusion.
Illusion. Double damage.
Every coin helps.
Dire are scanning.
Double damage! Regeneration.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. No pain.
Wine.
Radiant are scanning. Dire are scanning.
Quiver. The Wind Ranger returns.
I felt that.
I don't know what's happening right now. RNG, Setsu, one quick brain fart. And Team NIGMA getting stronger and stronger. This time the Aegis is over on
Giving the axe to PL. Wait, doesn't that make it have no cooldown? I just saw it have 4-second cooldown.
Wait for it. Maybe you can check it.
I really don't know. I've never actually seen it. I theorized that it'd be like really good this late on in the game, but no longer the whole AoE Lance eggs.
Hey, just give him a little bit more time and he may actually hit the level 30 as well to go with everything else. Weeha's waiting for his opportunity. Now that he has that Aegis of the Immortal, he can initiate Doom. Does not have Doom. He literally is missing a key part of his name.
He's really lost his identity in 2022.
He has. Shackle's trying to go off. Mind Control's beating into the tier 3 tower, but it's in the mid lane where the pressure is on. Miracle jumped in through the top, already took the tower. Goro couldn't keep the lasso off, however, but they just keep running forward towards the Doom. Already down to 1/3 of his HP. And Infest into a melee creep. That's not really what Lifestealer was probably searching for, but at least it moves a little faster. Mind Control's taking the bottom lane of Rax all by himself. Royal never give up. Don't know what to look to. And maybe they will actually have to give up at this rate of the game. You can pick him up, but you're so heavily split. You've lost your top lane of Rax. The attention of the rest of Team NIGMA move towards the mid. Mind Control's like, please come at me, bro. I still have my ultimate available. Rax is now totally gone. Doom will end up falling down, and the pressure just keeps piling up. Buyback comes comes out from the Doom. Still doesn't have that ultimate available as Miracle setting up Flying With. This feels a lot easier to kill him up, especially when Weehaw is focused firing down Super. But Weehaw losing his own life. But don't worry, for the second one where that came from. The pit is down. Miracle controlled for the moment. You'll have your Queen of Pain back up in 1 second time. And Team NIGMA just want to get the hell out of there. Queen of Pain TPing to the front. That she really wanted to try and chase this one. Setsu, no crazy blink forward. Or maybe he does. He actually BKBs a little earlier too. Weehaw tantalizing them with his cape. And they almost bit hard.
It looks like he's got the Axe Scepter on Wind Ranger now, which gives you the double win run. Most likely has the level 25 talent. I actually haven't checked that out yet. The one that gives you invis.
Is this all in right now from RNG?
It's time to go, baby. How many buybacks we got on Dire? We got
one
on PL.
Oh, sorry, PL and a Bat.
Oh, yeah, Bat just got his, yeah. Okay.
Still on cooldown, but
that's a lot to chew through.
Lifestealer has his off cooldown. That's all it is for the Radiant side. And they are really, this is going to be a final push. They have to go straight in for the tier 4 towers. Echo Slam, everything is up from both teams. Who comes out the top of this fight probably will decide this game.
I think you got to find the Doom on Wind Ranger because he has no buyback.
Monet slipping in through the bottom, looks towards the racks, very exposed, but then mind control, he just runs in through the rear, trying to get as much information as possible, and he's able to do so. He's in the middle of the entire RNG lineup. Can somebody get this man out to safety? Borrowed time, 4 staffed up, and away to safety.
Information gathered.
Yep, RNG are here, got it. Bottom lane is pushing in quite heavily. If you BT down there, you could even just go for the tier 4 towers and go for your own surprise. It's just TP cancels will be the other way of doing it.
They also have no creeps, so they have to back off.
Come home.
Man, are we going to get to see a 70-minute game, Toby? I'm going to change it right now.
61 minutes in. Remember, you've always got the taxi from RNG. If they can just get something inside the base, they could try and go for a heavy play. They will have enough damage to battle through backdoor protection, but fortification's up from NIGMA. It is not up for RNG.
I think they had to fort just the creeps there. I think they just used it. The fortification on the Radiant side.
Yeah, that's what they did.
Yeah, that's alarming. That they can all in that with potentially, at least, with the PL as well as the focus fire if they have an opportunity. If they catch you with your pants down, pretty much keeps RNG in their base because of that, or at least near it. The level 30s potentially coming out soon. We do have the level 25 from the Rubik, much lower cooldown on the telekinesis.
You're loving it for like almost like the PL. Like he's gonna be the first one to hit it next to the Queen of Pain.
PL actually has a pretty decent level 25. If he went for the attack speed at level 20 or level 10, excuse me, he gets the evasion. You get more illusions from your level 20 talent. That's actually really nice. And then you get, I forgot, he took the crit, so he gets the 4-second cooldown doppelganger as well. That's actually a super insane level 25 or level 30.
Man, how the hell do they control him at that point?
Yeah,
he already feels pretty invincible. I suppose that's when you look for the Queen of Pain with the Scythe, with the Bloodthorn, any kind of lockdown you've got.
I actually love that he went for this Rapier, because usually you never go for plus items on illusion heroes, but because you're against the Underlord whose atrophy aura removes base damage, you kind of have to think outside the box, and I think this might be the first Rapier PL I've ever seen, and so I really like Miracle really recognizing the uniqueness of this game and the situation he's in. He was really doing negligible damage in these fights, and then suddenly he built a Rapier, and all of a sudden he's a huge threat. Yeah,
he's a real hero. He's a real boy once again. These buybacks are starting to come off cooldown for Royal Never Give Up, but Mind Control found a really great target. That's right on top of Flying Wind, hits him straight away, gets the Hex, but Monet thinks about coming in.
The silver.
Dire are scanning. Radiant are scanning.
Double damage!
Every coin helps.
Worthy tribute. Dire's courier has been killed. Dire are scanning.
The earth heals me. Invisibility.
Dire's courier has been killed. Radiant are scanning.
At this point, why not? Yes! Haste! Triple damage!
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
Immortality!
GH getting in front of it. Oh my goodness, RNG's just falling apart.
Oh boy, get something back on the bottom lane, get the Darkseer. Nope, that mind control's even leaving this attack. Because the Spectre can't get involved in this. Man, I actually thought like, oh, Miracle's not going to be involved in a lot of kills for a while because he's playing a Drow Ranger, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's not playing an Ember, he's not playing a PL. He can't get involved in these fights, but nope. Continuously set up by GH.
Well, this is another reason they can pick the Darkseer early. There's pretty much no counters to him when it comes to the laning phase. He can do a really good job pressuring the Spectre. He might end up dying here, but he is going to get probably level 3 GH on the rescue.
He was on the top lane, now he's going to come down to the bottom lane. And the Fissure block is up. Okay, even extra Iron Shell. Now it's going to do some damage into Super. Mind Control will end up falling as GH surged forward looking for that last bit of damage. Has he actually got the Fissure not off cooldown, but the Iron Shell is on GH, so he's burning down Monet. One more attack, he's a little out of range. One more will do it. No, Monet lives on 20 HP. And he's going to TP all the way back to base.
The best part is like GH had to commit for that kill because other situations you'd be able to just burn him out of regen and be like, oh, well, he doesn't have a lane. But with the Chen, you can always TP back and then get pulled in again. So that is just going to be perfect for RNG. A decent recovery for them.
Very true, and they're already setting up to go again on bottom lane. And up on top, I don't think Kuro is giving this Doombringer just any kind of time to think.
Yeah, Jesus, they just attacked this top lane, got themselves a decent little advantage to start. Look at that, Miracle 2 levels above Flywin.
CS through the roof.
I mean, the way they set this up is just this poor Doom support is not going to have any teeth in this laning phase.
And what does he do? Like, he doesn't rotate towards the bottom lane and change anything up, and Chen's having to hug the bottom lane to be the presence. He's not going to rotate, bring an army like with the Chen of old, right? Like, I'd always have 2 creeps, I'd go around, I'd gank. Like, the top lane's not going well, I'd just arrive and just change the balance of it, get a stun, get something. Right now, it's like, I've got a Vul and I can deny things, and that is all.
Yeah, Super pretty much has to be planted down here in the bottom lane because Spectre otherwise gets too pressured once you get like level 2 Ion Shell from a Darkseer. So, you know, he's not going to be able to have that presence in mid lane where a Quap ganking with a Chen, they could very easily kill Weehop, but he is going to be glued down to bottom. And similarly, I don't think September's going to be able to do much either. He's just going to have to pull for Flywin to make his lane a little bit better so we can get to that really coveted level 3 and level 5. Purification finally becomes a strong enough nuke that you can easily kill range creeps and deal with harassment.
It's never a great situation though, like when you can't punish an Abaddon for being between your tier 1 and tier 2 tower. Like, and he's not even the core. Mind Control's having a lot of fun with his Iron Shell damage. Got a huge creep wave to work with, but of course Super causing a lot of damage of his own. Mind Control have to search back to the tier 1 tower. He has nothing more to give. That's why he's just being as aggressive as he can. He'll go all the way back to base. And they're just chaining it. Now ES gets to... Actually, I think he's bringing supplies to the front lines.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's just going to healing salve up the Darkseer. Maybe a couple mangoes so they can spam. Okay.
Soul Ring.
Yeah.
First item up now for the Spectre.
I like that. It gives you the lane regen that you need and also the ability to spam dagger because it's going to get a little hard to get some of this CS, especially the range creeps. Oh, what a beautiful creep to pick up.
No, what a beautiful creep to potentially lose. Not the Fissure from GH, didn't connect. Now the hit. Gonna live. It does.
He needed to hit that Harpy with the Fissure because that Harpy is so dangerous in the laning phase. It just spams so much damage over time.
And GH has a lot of movement speed to work with. A lot more than Super supports coming over from Mind Control. Okay, maybe not the Harpy. The range damage and GH will have to back off. Alright, so things are starting to balance out a little bit. So yeah, Team NIGMA did get off to a pretty good start, but you look at the advantage gold-wise, it's still swinging a little bit in favor of RNG. With 18 denies in the lane, Weplay with 16 of her own denies.
Yeah, that's an insane number of denies. These two have managed to accomplish. Spectre expected because he's matched up against Darkseer. Finally, Setsu managed to get a big kill on Weeha. I was going to say that mid lane should tilt one way or another about now.
And Setsu gives the tip back.
Setsu's just been a monster at times at this tournament. There have been very few games where he has been a detriment to RNG. Oftentimes he's winning his lanes and turns around, just creates a lot of space. Monet is able to recover quite a bit. Here he's going to have to do something very similar to most of his trajectory in this tournament with the Queen of Pain, a fast-paced hero in a game where there is no other core that can keep pace with Quap.
Smart for him. He's sitting right on top of the rune, so you can't see it. No possibility for a denial. So he has to save it for Setsu, but there's more support running around the back of Baden. Now GH gets the initial stump. Remember, you got the haste rune from Setsu, but then again, they're taking so much orb damage. Have you got a hammer? That's going to be a little too far out of range.
Yeah, probably feeling like Queen of Pain, the double null talismans, probably just has too much mana for the Sanity's Eclipse to be able to do damage, so... A little bit surprised that, I mean, I guess because of the Siege Wagon spawning, they want to make sure that the Queen of Pain doesn't pressure the OD, kill him, and then the Siege Wagon push on mid. You really need to keep up that mid tower if you're NIGMA. Nice purge.
Having the purge and the heal, now he'll put it on one of the creeps. Come on, super time to micro.
Yeah.
Monet has moved over, and Microtrol has no way to get himself away from this now. Without the surge available, just leaves another iron shell. So, okay, super. Micro.
We were just talking about this last series in the green room, how annoying that purge ability can be because it's such an insanely low cooldown. The downside of it is with, you know, when you eat it as a Doom, it's 120 mana. As a Chen, when you get the purge creep, that's pretty easy. He's got plenty of mana pool on that Satyr.
This does not feel like a kill you can really go for, right? Because he just blinks away every time. As long as it's up, of course.
I like how Kuro sat there anyway, though. He's like, maybe
I can hit him 4 times.
Maybe I can hit him 4 times in half a second.
Yep. Anything's possible, right?
All right, well, Setsu, I think with his ultimate coming off cooldown, it's just a wise time to go back to the fountain and see if there's an opportunity for you to TP to one of the side lanes.
Well, they move to the bottom lane. GH trying to keep the run going, just instantly begins the TP. Realizes there's no stun and has enough life to get all the way home. We got second Soul Ring up and running on the Omni Knight. And yeah, just Setsu can go out and ham. Doesn't care how much damage he takes as long as he can get out of here. Koro. Oh, this one he wants to go after. September. 1 hit. Yay.
And we showed him.
Yeah. Setsu. 1 hit. 2 hit. 3. No.
So I think one of the really nice things about this support Abaddon, it was one of the reasons that I thought it was going to be 5 is it's matched up against Doom. You feel really good about 5 Abaddon versus Doom, just because you are countering a core with your support. That is such a fantastic position to put yourself when it comes to drafting. And so as long as you aren't punished in the laning phase, which they weren't, obviously, if anything, it went fantastic up there, then this is just going to feel good for the rest of the game. You can't Doom a 5 position Abaddon. Yeah, there's just no way you can reliably win team fights that way. So you're just gonna have to put up with this guy giving a bunch of Photic shields and miscoils.
Team NIGMA's already moving their lanes around. They've sent the Drow Ranger to the bottom lane. Like, he is #1 on the CS board, and it's coming up to that 10-minute mark where we always look for the prep work to be done to open up the outpost. Phase boost for Monet. GH coming around the back, and the Fissure on the wrong side. So Monet can make a break for the tree lines, and double TP's already coming in. Super. He'll walk in the old-fashioned way. Mind Control having a hard time getting away. And there it is. Setsu, easy rotation in. Mind Control will tick out.
So I guess they were thinking they were going to Fissure Monet on the right side and then silence to make sure he couldn't dagger over the Fissure and to potentially burst him down. But I still think that was a bit greedy. I mean, just one well-timed TP from an Omni Knight could turn that engagement. And, well, they didn't even need that much.
September's going to battle for the top shrine. Kuro sitting right on top of the rune, so September won't be able to claim that.
So look at that. September ignores the bounty rune and immediately goes to right-click the outpost. Because
more, right?
If nobody has a stun, right, it's whoever clicks on it first in that situation. Kuro can't do anything to stop that. So he managed to deny the experience away from NIGMA.
That's definitely value. Oh, just rune after rune. If it's actually a haste rune for Wii. Moving off the lane.
See, I am of the argument that you should be able to counter the channeling with your own channeling.
Okay.
That way you don't have to have a stun
or at least slow it down so it's like a tug of war, right? Like we've both got our hands on the
outpost, and then, you know, whoever goes first. Yeah.
I like that. I like it. I'll vote for a petition on that. Trusty shovel. RNG. I mean, also a minor class.
I mean, especially since this is going to be a longer game, right? You see Spectre on one side, Drill Ranger and OD on the other.
DH can close the distance. They even Setsu.
Oh, no.
Spectral Hawk comes in. The combination didn't hit perfectly on Setsu. The gust back, silencing on 3. That is not the fight I think both teams were looking for. Hilariously enough, not everyone was there either.
Yeah, maybe a little fatigue is getting to GH here because we saw early on in the laning phase at bottom, he could have fissured a bit sooner to try and go for that Spectre kill, kind of messes that up here. He actually casts it too early and doesn't manage to get the stun.
He expended too much energy, like the NIGMA guys were walking backstage here before, and everyone's kind of got their heads down, a little bit focused. GH pokes his head, it's like, high five, high five, ready to go.
That's GH, man. He just cannot turn it off. He is just such a fountain of hope and youth.
Another Fisher a little bit off target. He's got the Echo Slam, and he's just going to go for it. Setsu, the damage output, everyone else backed up already from Team NIGMA. They weren't ready to fight with him, and he's got to deny the double damage ring, or else Setsu must get everything back once again.
Not a whole lot of movements right now, just because both teams are pretty happy with jungling. You've got September, who kind of needs to recover a bit because they didn't have the greatest laning phase. Monet with the Soul Ring and Phase Boots is able to jungle pretty efficiently. And obviously every Duro Ranger and needs to be able to take some time to jungle. But still have not really seen RNG make as many aggressive moves as I want them to.
But do they need to? You know, like it's like in the last game, BSG was talking about, like, you look for the hard counters, right? Like the Doom counter this, or this counter this. Spectre just spent, like, haunts right on top of the Duro Ranger, comes in with Radiance, and you already feel like you've got a large portion of the fight already won. Like, until you get Aghanim Scepter and you can start chaining, like, your control factors with the imprisonments, it still feels pretty damn good for RNG if they keep the status quo.
I agree with that, but I think even better than keeping the status quo is maybe getting an advantage in towers. And I think they can do that because Mind Control is going to be a bit slow at actually bringing this one tower down, so they can take this top one and then rotate back down because they know Duro Ranger doesn't want to actually go to a lane. She wants to continue to farm up ancient creeps and such. Honestly, NIGMA's just not ready to fight just yet. So if you can close off the map a bit more and start limiting the farm that Weehaw as well as Miracle are trying to take out of those neutral creeps, then it'll do wonders for you. But we'll see if they actually rotate down to bottom to defend or not, or if they just keep on playing in that for the Dire jungle.
Yeah, they're just getting at least one Observer Ward down right on top of the Dire Shrine. And a little bit, okay, second one up on the hill. Really good information for RNG, just know how much they can control the north. The Team NIGMA also have 2 of Dire Observer Wards around the jungle as well. Setsu blinks away before the 4th hit from Kuro can come. Just easy to time for him.
Another one of those advantages that RNG is going to have in this draft, Sentry, thank you. It's going to make sure that Flywind doesn't get caught.
Miracle. I think he was actually hoping for the Gust to start the initiation because they got some help from Abaddon to come from behind, but without that initial Echo Slam, there isn't a kill.
It's a wonderful thing about 5 Abaddon, right? You can always play super forward. You can always be on the enemy side of the map because if you run into an enemy who really cares, you've got borrowed time. It's going to take them so much of an effort to bring you down that it's usually worth the exchange. Just the information creates a lot of space.
I feel such a difference between the itemization as well, the offlanes of these two teams. Like, okay, Doom just gets a Blink Dagger. Yeah, he's not the real offlane, but it's like September's able to get now that jump with the Doom, and you get Arcane Boots for a Darkseer. Like, who's really being enabled here? Is it meant to be enabling GH? Because GH will get the Blink Dagger, but he's going to do most of his damage from the Echo Slam, not from an Iron Shell.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be more about the vacuum combination that they can get with that Earthshaker, but they need a more reliable initiation than they have from just the Darkseer alone. So I like the fact they gave GH a lot of room. Pick up this Blink. That way they can slow down what RNG is kind of doing right now. They're rolling forward at NIGMA.
Quickly shielding Weehaw away. Kuro is waiting. They did see the Radiant Observer Ward being planted down. Miracle on the defense job. Great wave clear as always. But
I mean, just look at his timing, right? Like, he's going to have his Blink Dagger about this time. This might actually defeat the push that RNG is hoping for, which is taking that all-critical mid-tower early.
They're trying to get the Alpha Wolf. Miracle's been trying to reach it for a while. Now, take out the Frost Ogre.
It's
take out
too
the
much.
defense.
Unfortunately, they're like 20 seconds too late, right? Because it's on the courier right now. So,
yeah, Inspector's just going to haunt him. They don't have the numbers for the fight.
Top tower is under attack.
In that case, Mind Control just chilling out bottom lane. Wants to always be bringing somebody down to that bottom tier 2 because it's so far away from where RNG wants to play. They don't want to play this bottom part of the map or that bottom right corner either. They want to play up towards mid, up towards the top lane, take those jungle areas and really limit NIGMA to farming the triangle and maybe some of the Radiant.
GH has a blink right now. That's revealed. September going to blink with him. Almost hitting the right money. The Mind Control's got the surge. GH just needs that blink to come back off cooldown. When they look to gank onto Monet as well as fly when they're right on top of the Ancient Miracle, give the information. It's a double gut, and there goes your Echo Slam over on 2. But the 2 stopping GH from able to get that secondary stop, and they use it for the OG, dropping down the hammer. Fly went down low, but Senzu into the back lines with a Sonic Wave connecting over on 3. Weehaw low, Monet staying right on top of him, and he cannot complete the TP away to safety. Miracle may be a little bit luckier, however. Yes, he will be. Blink forward from Setsu, Mind Control, having the movement speed to get further away, while Kuro on the wrong side of the tracks trying to shield up and get out of there. He doesn't have his borrowed time, so he will get run down by the Omni Knight. It'll take a little bit of time, but he will be run.
It'll take a little bit more time, but eventually Kuro's going to go down here. It's unfortunate for NIGMA because, you know, they
shield up.
And they get that initiation. It looks good for the Echo Slam, but if you look at the heroes that they win on, it's not the heroes that they wanted to touch. They wanted to run into, right? Quap was completely untouched in that fight, so she's able to blink in aggressively, hits a really beautiful Sonic Wave, and then, of course, the Spectre immediately jumping to that back line. As you pointed out early on, right, this is going to be just the straight-up hard counter to Drow Ranger at all times. Spectre can get on top of you, and that's where it's going to get a little weird.
Farming up, but they didn't get rid of that Radiant Observer. What I thought Team NIGMA knew it was there. Miracle is going to actually trigger off the Shrine. GH is going to arrive too. A double stun for him with a pitch of follow-up. Super getting brought down quickly by Miracles. The Tempest on the run. They need to try and slow him down. The arrows from Miracle. Look at that movement speed. He just gets to work with it. Mind Control gave him the boost, and then the Hurricane Pike a little bit further forward. That is going to be a double kill for Miracle. He doesn't have the flashiest of heroes.
They have to understand
make it work.
How little damage they have coming out from their 3 to 5 position, right? Especially if they're not using Doom. It's just Purification and Scorched Earth. That's going to be pretty slow damage, and they have to respect the fact that Miracle needs to go for a tankier build being matched up against the Spectre. So he's got, you know, he got lucky in a Vambrace, but he also has that completed Hurricane Pike. He's very tanky.
And if you can get Manta, you can get a little bit more than that, but here's your bigger item. 18.5 minutes in for Monet to complete up the Radiance. This changes the fight.
Dire are scanning. Radiant are scanning.
The time. What surge is this?
Worthy tribute. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. I suffer fools. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
My thanks.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Fear not heresy.
Dire are scanning.
Sorceries of
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
my thrift rewarded.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
What surge is this?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
No sorceries avail. Purification.
and get those imprisonment charges up going up, right? And well,
nice item. Telescope in. Yeah, that'll help. For Team NIGMA, that'll work for Joe Ranger and OD. For Roshan, it will belong to Royal Never Give Up. No one from Team NIGMA are in range for this at all. So they've got it, and they're already looking for the fight. Kuro was the one nearby. September staying in close, still has his Doom available, but doesn't want it on Kuro. He wants it on Weeha. Weeha will reveal himself, and he got it over on Weeha too. Says he's staying with him, trying to kill off the Doomed up with...
All wands will break.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Mess with
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The time.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Is silence.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Fear nothing.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire are scanning. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
All wands will break. Purified, it is meat.
We hardly knew you.
Radiant are scanning.
Invisibility.
My house.
Worthy Dire are scanning.
Fear not heresy.
Freeze. Regeneration.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire are scanning.
Can do anything. They can scan, but you know what you can't stop.
Do anything about it. Level 25 coming in soon for the Spectre too. That's going to be really big.
So now RNG, we'll see how they go with the Aegis Immortal and see how they go pushing uphill. We've seen Team NIGMA doing this and having some problems, and this is still one hell of a team fight that can come in from Team NIGMA. But there's answers. The BKB's on the way for Omni Knight. Maybe they do just tank through the initiation of Team NIGMA.
Yeah, Weehaw just feels like there's just not enough time for this fight to draw out for him to actually get a good hammer in when, you know, they're BKBing and they're just running over your Drone Ranger. With this Spectre, he feels like he needs to be able to get off a couple imprisonments and then drop it as quick as possible. But soon the Butterfly means the Spectre just won't have to worry about even the OD right clicks that are coming in. Cure damage just won't be a threat because, you know, another hero that doesn't want to go MKB. This time on the side of NIGMA.
And they're going to get both the outposts, potentially holding them as well for the 40-minute mark. And this is very probable.
There's still a whole minute to go until the experience comes out. So I appreciate you wasting 6 more seconds of Monet's time, I guess. But NIGMA, they don't really have anything to do. They're just going to have to wait for the high ground push. And then we're going to see Drone Ranger, Darkseer, OD. That is very terrifying high ground. We've seen so many Drone Rangers come back in high ground defenses.
Yep.
But I just don't think RNG is going to give you that opportunity. I think they're just going to control the map until they have a gigantic lead. I think they're just going to build up and build up and build up.
This is nice at least, like having a Lincoln Sphere, some layer of protection for Weehaw. So it's not a simple jump in. But Tomb is also rapidly approaching a refresher orb, so
yeah.
Who really wins out in this?
Weehaw. I mean, he hasn't really progressed much in item. He's only has his Lincolns that he's picked up recently, so.
Oh, top lane. Trying to run away, mind control. Getting a little cute, begins his TP. Hey, does anyone have a stun here?
Well, I can't stop you from TPing out, but you can stop them from farming in your face.
4 Mjolnir you're completed. More 4 staffs, more kiting.
You're going to need some real sick wall of replica vacuum. Getting these multiple stuns.
You're going to need some sick PCs to handle the FPS drop. Like, you feel it when the ulti comes in. Flicker for the Queen of Pain.
That's always a weird one.
Yeah, it's a 50-50, right? Which way do I go?
I just don't feel good about Flicker almost ever. Unless I have like a puck on my team or something.
Well, Spectre's coming up, but the split shot slowing things down. And mind control, 4-stopping Monet, and they back it back to the tier 4 towers. The orb is trying to build up. It's a great Darkseer wall too. Monet is so damn low. They're wondering if they want to pop him. He's still got the cheese of Fireball, Setsu, Miracle, getting a lot of really good damage into him as well.
That was a cute play.
It really was.
Offensively force-staff him in, then follow up with a vacuum. Sadly, they didn't get the wall on the Spectre, so they didn't get that Spectre illusion. That's really important every fight. Fortunately, nothing's really going to come of this situation. I think RNG just finish up their tier 4 items. There's no reason not to.
Just reset and start again. They'll be a lot more wary of it next time.
Timeless Relic on a Doom. Just prolong the Doom duration another like 3 or 4 seconds. Why not? later on, it becomes even more disgusting if you get Aghanim Scepter plus level 25 on Doom, which is honestly not that far out of the realm of possibility, because again, I think RNG is just going to build up more and more of a net worth lead by controlling the map, but looks like they're going to poke at that tier 3 once
again, yeah.
No wall, so you might as well.
Yeah, but you still have the clearance through split. Miracle doesn't want to use it yet, just 2 range creeps. He's going to be careful about any kind of jump. Weeha will reveal himself to begin. They pipe the wave. And here comes your volley forward. Monet once again finding himself very deep. The fidget block is good, but September jumps into the back. Let's be trigger the Lincoln Sphere of Weeha. He didn't get the Doom off on the target he wanted. Now he's trapped in there. The BKB wearing off. Miracle trying to focus him down. The Guardian Angel giving some level of protection. It says who BKBs as well. The Darksea Wall. They got the copy of Monet. That's the one they wanted. Imprisonments are out as well. Come back in. Get rid of the Spectre illusions. Another fidget control from GH. He's still got the Echo Slam available, but they want to fight inside their base. I like RNG will not allow it.
I like this a lot. RNG, just, you know, you got your tier 3, you got a little progression in the game. Just back up, just take those shrines. There's no need to force these things.
Yep.
Oh, but NIGMA, they don't want to let them take this shrine.
They're coming.
I'm very surprised they're going to try.
There's no Doom, there's no GA. They probably feel pretty good if they can get the initiation target right. But who is the target? Chen? He ain't the target. He's a sacrifice. Spectral Horn, everyone's going to be there. Is there extra help? Super gets both the mech as well as the Hand of God off. And then Setsu, that's a big sting. Everybody is bleeding right now. And NIGMA, as Flywind walks in, Monet as well. Team NIGMA, they have to defensively imprison up at the moment. Where is your follow-up? Where is GH's attack? Setsu gets the double kills. They both came out of the imprisonments. 3 heroes down for Team NIGMA.
I think NIGMA just felt like they weren't going to be able to get anything else, but that Chen survived so long, and they grouped up so much. That was like a 4-man Shadow Strike. If they had actually had level 25 on the Quap, which I believe he now does, then that would have been an AoE 4-man disable as well. I think NIGMA's just feeling a bit desperate, and they just feel like they're going to lose this game eventually in this war of attrition that RNG is taking to them. They wanted to be able to sneak in a team fight somehow.
It definitely feels like it's the first time that Miracle can't just out-carry the game by himself. This Draw Ranger can't do enough. She's too reliant on her team getting that initiation. The Darkseer and ES must combo hard. And now the heroes all grouping up on the bottom. Monet is like, all right, dagger me all you want. September jumping in once again. There's your Echo Slam from GH, working with mind control, but still the damage. What is that? It's nothing really.
Yeah, they don't have anything because Miracle is forced back a little bit, and the OD is still dead.
Yep, can't build up. GH Conti netting up over on Flywind. The tier 3 tower, okay, Flywind's gonna BKB. Miracle force-staffing himself in. The Fish can't get the block, and now the chase is impossible. Miracle can't even get around the corner. They're surging him, but Flywind will just TP. It's a little too slow to get the catch, and all of RNG will escape.
Man, I really thought this OD was going to be able to accomplish more in this game. And I think there's little things that maybe Weeha didn't do right. An OD player would probably tell me a little bit more, but I just really expected to see this hero be able to, through some of these engagements, get, you know, imprisonment after imprisonment, build up a lot of damage.
It's just the chaos of the fight, right? Like, it's like they can never get the right positioning. TP's all out to safety. I think I saw the Minotaur Horn also arrive for Team NIGMA. That was in OD's hands. And you finish the BKB on the Drow Ranger.
Refresher for September, and he's not going to make the same mistake he made last time. Next time around, he'll Purge and then Doom. And when it comes to these high ground pushes, like, now it won't even matter so much if he gets it on the OD. That's going to be his target every time. If he gets it on the OD and he gets surged away or whatever, you don't kill him, that whatever. It just means you get a chance to be able to finish off the buildings. NIGMA at some point in time are going to have to stand and fight.
At some point. But RNG will be very, very, well, methodical about the next attacks. Like, all right, let's wait for maybe, what, next Roshan, get control of the map. We now have both the outposts under their control too. And it really does feel like it's on Team NIGMA to make something happen, but do you want to do that while Dro's buyback's on cooldown for 5.5 minutes? If maybe it's just high ground defense is all you can do.
I think so. I think that's all you can hope for at this point.
But you can't even get a kill. Like, Skadi gonna be completed on the Queen of Pain. That's so damn tanky. And Chen, like, we saw it. 5 heroes tried to kill Super, tried to kill a Chen, and they couldn't achieve it.
That was pretty gross. We're going to have like a 4,500 HP Spectre. Again, having that butterfly still has the cheese to be able to work off of as well. Everyone has a lot of mana as well. That's why Scotties are really good against this OD, right? Because introduction to both mana and HP.
Hello, Aghanim Spectre.
I can't hate that at all. You said Aghanim Spectre?
Yeah.
I can't hate that. Because this just means he has another opportunity to be able to jump onto the OD or Druid Ranger when he wants to. He pops his ultimate, they surge, reset, or whatever, maybe a vacuum, then he, pops his individual Ags jump.
Yep. I like this from ES. He's got Ninja Gear now available, so maybe there is a better chance for initiation. Shadow Blade for the Druid Ranger too. So Team NIGMA try and play the elusive game.
Yeah,
we all be ninjas now.
Miracle's going to try and build into a Silver Edge, so hoping that they're going to be able to break that Spectre. Make it a little bit easier for you to drop some damage in and not just get destroyed by the dispersion. But fortunately for him, it's still a pretty far distance away. Another 2k gold needed. That is quite the cliff when RNG have 90% of the map control, then are just building more and more of a net worth lead. Soon they're going to have Refresher, a Cycle for a Flywin, and more mana.
They're just all these neutral items just being left across the ground. It's like, I don't have space for this. Do you have space for this? There's your refresher orb you're talking about.
What's cool about this is Omni has a really good combo breaker going on because he's got Heaven's Halberd. If he Heavenly Graces himself as well, they get jumped by some sort of vacuum Echo Slam. If he has the Scythe, like that stun is not going to last very long. It's going to last like, 3/4 of a second or maybe a second full, and he's just going to be able to Scythe the Earthshaker before he gets off the rest of the combination.
There's a new Timeless Relic, so balance in all things gets to go to both sides. GH is still waiting for someone to come down here and defend the bottom lane. Mind Control and GH going to work together. But RNG have other things in mind. Dro can hold the top lane back, and just using Manta can also push back the mid.
And the Timeless Relic will be given over to GH, so he has an answer to status resistance with the increased TP.
Coming to bottom lane, but it's Monet. You ain't getting that. But you are getting Roshan. The army has begun the attack. Poor Centaur in the middle.
Let's see if it's a Refresher or Aghanims.
Keep your eyes closed.
Aghanims, who are we going to give it to?
Can you give it to... Well, do you want to give it to Super? Setsu was, I think it was like the Queen of Pain. Yeah, it's an Aghanim Scepter, and it's going to be...
Give it to Omni?
Setsu's actually holding on to two of the cheese charges.
So in this case, like now the Queen of Pain and Spectre can jump in really aggressively and know that Omni Knight has always got their back. Omni Knight can also play a little bit separated from the rest of the team as well to make sure he doesn't get caught in the vacuum.
Well, we're going to have an actually outpost split it at 50 minutes. You said this is going to be a long game, Cap. You ain't...
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Regeneration.
It's happening as well for a best of 5 series. They it just sucks to be stuck in a game where you're sitting inside your base the entire time.
Here we go. No vision on the high ground. 4-star to begin with. Tomb is on Mind Control. A quick imprisonment. A jump forward. 4-star. And they're all going to get back into base. Try and reset the Sonic Wave. Not hitting the OD. Defensive imprisonment. Great from Weeha. So Setsu has blown his ultimate. ES still looking for his own initiation. GH around the corner. Everyone's grouped up, but that pipe is still up and working. So GH, another banishment from Weeha. At least he's holding the hammer for the moment. Mind Control. September jumps in. He breaks the Lincoln Sphere on Weeha. He's looking for another one right now, but he's just BKB'd up. Feeling very, very deep. The BKB does not last long. And now Mind Control back in! That's what they're waiting for! With the hammer drop up, the prep was finally there! Monet still in the middle of the fight. Miracle focusing on September, but Monet, the last man standing. They will bring down the Spectre, and this is a huge fight for Team NIGMA. The game can't handle it. I can't handle it.
just make sure that Monet doesn't actually kill anybody from dispersion. GH, make sure to run away. All right, everyone's good. No supports, you know, foolishly die. What a beautiful combination, man. They had to wait and endure RNG just being able to own the map, farm at their leisure, get more and more items.
Again,
Please. The most beautiful vacuum. Glorious.
Vac hit. And watch the FPS tank like RNG's HP bars. They are ready to push down. It was RNG who were meant to have the advantage. They're the ones who took the Roshan, ready to push in, but there was no time to react. If they can force back the buyback on Spectre, then this will also be a huge advantage for Team NIGMA.
It will, but it's also the most dangerous point of the game, right? Because now you are like super far forward against a team that has...
Is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
NIGMA.
Так, да, после такого нужно передохнуть, нужно освежить свои мысли.
Как раз есть время у РНГ обсудить, что пошло не так, и обсудить их текущие, вот, кстати, положение с половиной героев, которые оказываются в таверне. Да уж.
Но пока мы не наблюдаем саму доту, мы наблюдаем как раз игроков. Ну, спокойные, пока у нас RNG, несмотря на такой вот вынос в последнем файте. Опа, а тут игра уже падает. Нежданчик происходит у нас здесь, и почти упал барак милишь по центральной линии. Работает Миркл, работает команда. Сломали, отошли, а у Ясюш помчались обратно.
Ну и все, правила игры поменялись. Вот знаешь, что было с динозаврами?
Ну, не совсем. Что?
Они вымерли. Они не смогли адаптироваться к условиям жизни. Нападение на Миркла. Хекс. Ворстав мосты. БКБшка. Бодикшут. На развороте. Драться готов. Тычка Сильвера. Но пока что работает Гвардина. Двухполовин под БКБ. Пытается убить Куроки. У него есть ульт. Был сайленс от Миракла.
Телепорт. Неужели он идет?
Лопать есть. Ну, нажимает Мантостайл очень грамотно. Миракл опять же на форстафе отлетает куда подальше. Фиссурой приостанавливает погоню GH. У Куроки все-таки билет в таверну.
Но нет двух байбеков. Там и Спектра, и Кваба выкупались. Если что. А там есть все байбеки у Нигмы. Ух. Так, hard game. Так,
да,
подожди.
It's a dirty game,
У меня вопрос все-таки остался. К чему ты про динозавров сказал?
Ну, я к тому, что, типа, камбэк пошел.
Ага.
Потому что если к этим условиям команда вражеская адаптироваться не смогла, то ждет ее печальный конец. Такая длительная, долгая аналогия.
Хитро. Неплохо.
Именно. Ну что, две иллюзии. Приятно, на самом деле, очень руна. Можно будет отправить их постранствовать, подтолкать какие-то линии. Ну, на самом деле, камбэк камбэком это был просто очень крутой момент игровой, но пока еще. Пока еще игра продолжается.
Да, есть такое дело.
То есть сейчас фактор байбеков, конечно же, не последнюю роль играет.
Ну, смотри. На самом деле Нигма даже половины не отыграла. Так, хаунт есть. А нет, это не хаунт, это как раз анонимный был врыв. Здесь тупо майнд-контролу. Есть просто на боте. Фиссура пошла, но там Блэкенбар был от Септембера. Но тем не менее Фиссура неплохая, потому что она была как раз в движении Дума кастована.
Ну, ты знаешь, наверное, не очень точно, что ульт потратили. Вообще непонятно, что рассчитывает Дум. У него, допустим, есть даггер, там у Квапы есть блинк. А он потрачен, никого сразу же не могут зацепить. Причем уже гонится куда-то на хайграунд. На хайграунде только что все полегли. Хотят, видимо, повторить.
Думаешь?
Странно.
Так, смоквылазка от команды Нигма. Вышли не с базы, хотели бы еще кого-то поймать. Ну да, время есть, то есть вот за 4,5 минуты нужно вот без байбеков Квапы и Спектры что-то предпринять, выйти уже в 0 по золоту, а когда будет 0 по золоту, я думаю, будет вынос от Нигмы, потому что мы видели, что было, когда было 40к преимущество за командой RNG.
Все, они понимают, это смоук, это драка, это убийство коров без байбеков, и это победа. Но вот звучит клево. Попробуй так, конечно, сделай.
Звучит как план, который можно исполнить.
Ладно, мне на секундочку даже показалось, что я топлю за одну из команд, и это некрасиво.
Что?
Отмотаю время назад.
Не был такой.
Ладно, прошлись, никого не заприметили. Отступают обратно к своей базе. У нас ошиваются РНГ возле Рош-спота. Рошана, само собой, пока что не наблюдается. Как говорится, распределились и фармим.
Ага. И есть такая команда в чате. Помним, было дело. Ну, смотри, у нас 56 минут. Осталось всего 14 минут. Будем еще раз отмечать наступление 70-й.
Блин, я бы на самом деле на месте Нигмы просто каждому собрал мантостайл, вызывал по 2 дополнительные иллюзии и думал такой, типа, чё? Кого бить вообще непонятно. Жаль, слотов просто у всех под это нету.
Слезы.
Операция Нигма.
Операция Мантостайл, да.
Блин, опять смоук, вот бегает Септембр, по-моему, его заприметили, на него пингуют. Парни, это шанс. Миракл. Крадется.
Так, выход в спину. Там недалеко Виха. Пошел спектр в атаке на разведку, но там пока никого не подцепили, никто пока не спалился. Пока все нормально. Пока все спокойно. Помчались на когда парни из команды NIGMA. И решили просто сломать здесь святыню. Вот так вот. Развалили шрайн. Эх. Хорошо.
Да, тут, судя по всему, были какие-то небольшие технические проблемы во время как раз того самого камбэка, и многие зрители, к сожалению, не стали его свидетелями. Я надеюсь, что у вас будет возможность увидеть это воочию или увидеть какой-нибудь
Weplay,
который успел кто-либо там.
Это была особая магия Карпат. Такое можно посмотреть вот.
Только
такое,
зрителям, которые
такое,
находятся
да,
в зале.
Такое видят только избранные.
Тоже небольшое неуважение, ну ладно. По отношению к всей нашей остальной аудитории.
Ну, в смысле, есть всегда повторы. Не, все нормально, мне мерещится что-то.
И падает, видимо, последняя внешняя вышка на карте у Royal Never Give Up. Время идет, 2 минуты всего лишь с половиной, там, ну, почти 3 остается на байбеках. У Квапа и Спектры появляется... Нет, не появляется Рошан.
Да нет, там с тотема завалили крипа просто.
Бонус таймер.
Воткнули ему бревно в ухо. Ох. Так, хоста у нас для Миракла. Постоянный АОЕ Сюрджин от коллектива NIGMA. Кстати, смотри, камбэк был до 24 тысяч. Было у нас, получается, да. А сейчас уже 30-ка. То есть фармят все-таки лучше парни из RNG. Но...
Главное, что дровка там уже по 6 слотов вынесли.
Плевать, NIGMA хотели на все эти бабки.
Ну, ладно, шутки шутками, но вот эта драка, она могла быть просто случайностью. То есть это ошибка, которую допустили РНГ. Они просто повелись на одного героя, очень долго бегали.
Ну, посмотрим.
За персонажами, собрались в одной точке и дали просто неимоверный шанс. Его не упустили NIGMA. Сделать такое второй раз будет, ну, я не знаю, достижением.
Рошан на месте. Так, выезжает у нас...
Скороки смоук упал.
Сюрж, помчались они дальше еще. Там на шибе Тецу полетел в этот бой, но опять Сюрж и опять отошли.
Да, очень клевый талант, который позволяет просто всем в округе бегать под суржом.
Жесткий талант, я бы сказал. Ну что, час. Через минутку будет готов на таймере. Евой. Хорошо. Больше доты по часу.
Близится 70-е.
Да.
Рубеж будет преодолен. Появляется Рошан, забирает его Royal Never Give Up.
Не, ну знаешь, как бы для матча конфинала такое должно радовать всех, мне кажется.
Так, первым у нас выступает Шейкер, который может прыгнуть в рушпит. Думает.
Полетела бомба.
Я вижу Вардика, а вот что насчет гема лучше?
Джаз-бомба. Давай, джаз-бомба.
И пока что Шива, попытка сбить даггер, до Шейкера не достали, но Рошана удается убить, он поднимает Эгис, проблема Куроки, пока что под щитом, получает сайленс, получает даггер. Все еще пара ништяков валяются в рушпите, их должны там распределить и забрать.
Дум забирает себе.
Сырок.
Да, у него там нормальный запак, конечно. 2 рефрешера, Аганим, Сырок, Егис.
Я вот честно очень потом захочу вот именно об этой карте почитать какое-то, наверное, мнение.
Отзыв, да?
Да, грамотного игрока, так сказать, извне, не, ну вот беспристрастный. Именно по моменту, когда вот этот камыч был совершен, и момент с байбеками, которых попросту не было у врага, но при этом были у NIGMA.
Снова, ну, почти 40 тысяч за командой RNG. Могут ли еще раз NIGMA отыграть? Хотя бы до 20-ки.
Да, тут плохо, что тенденция по убийству Рошана остается неизменной, и по-прежнему все достается китайцам. Их соперники, европейский коллектив, не может ничего им.
Может быть, потом, может быть,
делать.
7-й, 8-й Рошан, 9-й.
Я на самом деле уже сбился со счета, но я вижу, что байбеки абсолютно у всех на карте есть.
Это был 5-й, по-моему. 4-й был Рошан. 3-го был Аганим.
Я не хочу обманывать.
Не обманывай.
Ганим на подходе у дроу. Будут сплититься тычки. Так вот все будут стоять друг у друга за спиной игроки ровно. Потихонечку. Клац, клац, клац.
Такой на 2, да? Вправо и влево.
Деление. Ну, у меня с математикой плохо. Я не могу сказать, что в итоге получится.
Математика и стрелы.
Но там же надо считать. Что-то, наверное. Тычка Силера по спектре.
Так, спектра
На
выезжает.
форстафе. Там поставил непонятно кого. Фокусит на подсором. Очень слабо пробить. Да, по Силеру реально больно. По два физура. Сайленс. Чтобы не было даггера. Через даггер пробирается как-то вот спокойненько.
Потом у нас отдыхает в Австралии, это у нас кто-то выкрутил, это Септембр, дезрук в сторону Вихи, Виха подбирает, и там есть еще думы.
Ну, тут стороны, по идее, могут забирать. Прыжочек опять от Клопы, ультимейт я пошел ход, Мираку ничего не досталось.
Вакуум, так, как слэбы! 5 прыгов от команды краски Нигма, но сейчас не так здорово, как в прошлый раз. Моне, конечно, будет жить. У Виха Дум заканчивается, ломает в сторону парня с команды RNG, пока они никого не потеряли, даже Аегис не был выбит. Вроде бы даже сын не прожимался, если я ничего не путаю. Моне, так, неплохо наваливает. Проблема у Спектры. Спектра почти умирает, но это лишь Аегис. Дальше что?
Будут ли сейчас драться?
Дальше. Подумайте еще. Там есть два дума еще.
Вакуум по физуру.
Гаха пошла.
КП от Вихи. Пошел Хаунт. Полетели опять же копья Квапы. Миракл зажат под БКБ. Нужна подмога. Он пытается вылететь на ТП. По идее, отменяет эту попытку. Пытается убежать на Сурже.
По Мираклу пошел.
Но его не видно.
Септембр. Опа, опа. И до свидания.
И эта драка не поймает, чем поймали половина.
Да,
КБ жмет.
Тотем по Моне залетает неплохой. Моне пытается уйти, по нему пошел дэмэдж, есть по нему Астрал, там все еще Дум на Миракле, но Миракл в целом на это дело плевать. И тотемчик, и избивает тут Моне. Спектра проблемы, Спектра в таверне.
120 секунд.
Ну что ж, это опять камбэк.
Опять вопрос, почему Дум решил сразу байбэк потратить. То есть очевидно, что драки уже здесь не было, половина команды улетает прочь.
Кстати, в этом файте получается,
Хотя могу объяснить это только тем, что тратит байбэк Дум для того, чтобы засейвить его в спектре. То есть 4 героя, это вроде как номинально много, поэтому на это обращает внимание Нигма, и они никуда не идут.
По поводу рефреша Шарда. Я так понял, Омнинайту отдали, и он прожал второй гаш в этом файте. Так что рефреша Шард потрачен. Сыр не помню, не заметил, сори.
Байбэк от спектра нет. Короче говоря, моя стратегия с горем пополам провалилась, это не сработало.
Минус байбэка Дума, минус байбэка и Т4 выезжают парни из команды Нигма. Ну, допустим, 32 капери фарма за RNG все еще есть, но Т4 у них как бы падает, Астрал залетает.
Прятали спектру, просто их не дают делать ничего.
Вы немного перепанят базу, но это совсем не проблема, там слишком мало дэмэджа будет от них.
Миракл будет сразу, наверное, жать БКБ. Слэм под БКБ. Стенка стоит. Еще один. Стоит техник. С БКБ-рами. Нигма. Забирает Монада после байбека. 2 минуты спектра в таверну.
Дэмэдж пошел по сердцу, сердце наваливает неплохо. Здесь есть один прыжок, пытается он уйти. Как раз от фокуса команды. Нигма есть прыжок в половину, есть туда станы, но это минус. Будет еще и по Омнинайту, но он падает с байбеком на 100 секунд. Байбек
Андрей падает очень быстро. Лузи помогает открывать
Фигура. Тотем, подъезжает Джак.
Выигрывает время для своей команды. Его прячет в Астрала. Д также выигрывает время. Тут стоит стенка, все еще, напоминаю, иллюзии помогает. Просто болить врагов.
Просто поехали в трон. Работают Нигма в трон до конца. Пол осталось.
Супер. Пол хп остается. Момент.
Не-не-не, Блэкин Бар от Миракл. Трон улыбается.
Руака от БКБ. Помогает Гвардиан Энтл. Пока что нет возможности атаковать строение. Плюс он регенится. Но Нигма жил, стенку встал, пытается фокусить сердце. Queen of Pain подсалится, пытается хилить Омнинайт, ничего не получается. Queen of Pain, good game!
Да. Я не знаю, как это комментировать, я не знаю, как это будет анализировать наша аналитика. Это просто невероятно. Дважды они лузали 40 тысяч золота, дважды они совершали камбэк, и Нигма, чемпионы, Буковель Минора, Нигма.
From what I saw, I think RNG has a really well-rounded lineup, as well as heroes that are quite good against what NIGMA has. They were talking about how Wind Ranger just gets doomed. It purges the Wind Run. There's no save for that, actually. You can't really peel the Lifestealer off of her once she gets doomed, unless you lasso him, which is just usually underwhelming because you're going to have like a Halberd. Queen of Pain, if you've ever played Batrider against that, super annoying, really hard to lasso, as well as like punishes you if you overcommit and die, or like don't get the lasso off. So I just really like what RNG's going going for here, but I'm never going to discount the Miracle Peel because it's been doing wonders so far this tournament.
Yeah, as long as he can have a half decent start. We were talking in game one about the clock, right? Like, oh, NIGMA have to win by this time. RNG feel like they've got to get another lineup where they're not under any level of pressure to really achieve anything. Maybe some good rotations from Setsu, but is there any weakness in the RNG lineup? And I'm focusing mainly on them because it feels like their draft is very simple to execute.
I mean, I think PL eventually does become the end-all be-all carry of this game. So if he does get there, I think that is the weakness they have. So far this tournament, it seems like the team that scales better into the late game does have the general advantage. Quap, you see, gets wrapped around by the Shaker, actually forced to skill Blink level 1. Not going to see that, but there is a 2v2 mid going on in the mid lane as well as top here.
GH just walks straight past them all. I was like, well, all right, cool. Guess this will be what happens.
Yeah, the team that naturally scales has seemed to win a lot the last few series. So with that in mind, even though I favor the RNG draft myself, they do have that going for them on the NIGMA side. So that's really the only weakness I can see, is that they have the strongest hero in the game at 45 minutes plus on the NIGMA side. But I think I really liked Lifestealer going into this tournament, and RNG is really the only team that's been using it. I really like the build that he goes for. He just goes no boots Javelin, and then sometimes like phase back into Maelstrom or just straight Maelstrom depending on the game. You just attack so fast, make use of that. People have thought, hey, this hero does no damage, and he just solves that by going for the early Javelin, averaging 25 magic damage a hit. That adds up when you get free 200 attack speed from what they gave him at level 1, as well as the feast bonuses when you get to level 7.
Man, correct. Really trying to make some issues for September, who's pulling the wave. He's only got Scorched Earth level 1, but hey, it's Scorched Earth level 1. Yeah,
you gotta make sure you redraw that aggro.
Meanwhile, GH is doing exactly the same thing on bottom lane. The only difference is, actually no, there is no difference, both Kuro and Super. Vice versa, there for the challenge.
Kind of have to play the dodge game. You're definitely like at the disadvantage top against this Batrider. Neither of your two heroes, excuse me, can lane against the sticky napalm. And then in the bottom lane, Lifestealer just proven to be an obnoxious carry to lane against. Kind of like the old days where pretty much every offlaner just gets bullied. That Feast is too good to trade with, and I don't know. It's kind of funny that Lifestealer is not a hero I think just wins every matchup. Usually used to lose the Abaddon matchup, and now it just seems that RNG really knows how to enable this hero in the early game. Part of why they're so good with it.
Actually, sort of like he's trying to curse him, and then a second attack comes through. All right, sure, I'll just rage and attack you straight back. Weeha, he's having a pretty good time in mid lane. 12-3 versus 9-2. Got a couple of extra creeps going his way as well. So it's close. Setsu's trying to get as much range harassment as possible, going for the 2 points up in his queue.
I think the fact that Quap was forced to skill the Blink because the Earthshaker was there level 1 is a big part of his early advantage. Nice fissure coming out from
Mind Control trying to hang in the middle of it too. Needed to get a couple of extra hits in towards Super. Now Monet just rages and stands his ground, so does GH as well as the entire Dire Creep wave, but the Radiant one's gone the opposite direction.
Dire's bottom tower.
The thing about Lifestealer that I like a lot is all of his counters that are heavy single target right-clicking ranged heroes, the TAs, these Wind Rangers, you just buy Halberd. And it seems like it goes really well with Feast. It amps up the lifesteal now instead of giving you the damage. And I don't know, it's weird. He just has this natural item build. And I think any hero in any patch who has a feels good man item build in almost every single game, at the end of the day, feels good that patch, man.
Smooth use of words.
Thank you.
Definitely see why you're up there in the tier 1 casters. Flywin getting back to his tier 1 tower, forced all the way out.
The genuineness of that comment was palpable, Toby.
Man, he's still got 6 stacks of sticky napalm on him, Flywin. Flame Break's gonna burn pretty damn hard, and even if you're Underlord, you're not invincible. You don't control the underworld. GH looking for something of his own. Super. Oh, Fissure out, and the power shot. Super so low.
I think he figured out how to get rid of the sticky napalm charges. You can just die. He's actually maxing
guaranteed method.
He's maxing out the dagger, interestingly enough, 3 points in it. Usually Quaps in the past have just stopped at 2 points, so really looking for that lane dominance Setsu this game.
GH, Super hasn't left yet. And he doesn't have enough, he's got mango, so he can fissure if he wants to consume the mango. Nice fortification timing, making sure that the power shot.
Is under attack.
does not get what it's looking for.
I actually like this 3 points dagger because a lot of times when you do this, it backfires because the opponent mid just goes in jungles and then you just have 3 points dagger instead of scream to clear creep waves. But Wind Ranger, not a hero that does that. So if you can really establish that dominance, force him to keep coming back to lane and eating these daggers, really good for co-op. Yeah, they're about even on CS, but he does double up the denies count, so he will be getting the XP lead, maybe looking to get that kill when he gets to level 6. See if RNG supports, look to rotate there.
Well, Baden's really trying to stay on top of Monet. GH is coming over, doesn't land the fissure. It's still going to be a 2-for-2 bounty rune trade-off. Monet feeling a little trapped in, but not that trapped. He's still going to rage up before the 4 hits can come in, and Mind Control is in a world of hurt. Super not leaving, he stays with GH. Even though they're both low, they both lend support to their cause, and Monet will always come out on top because he's a life stealer.
As you said earlier, you just rage when you get the 2 or 3 hits up, and a Baden's favorable way of trading is nullified.
No, Flame Break again. This time 3 sticky napalm stacks up on him. Make it 4. In September, a lot more of an intimidating factor on the front line now. They dragged the Radiant Catapult off to the side.
Surprised he's queued up the Soul Ring. You shouldn't really have mana problems this early on in the laning stage because of how much you're getting from those stick charges from the Batrider Sticky.
Jed's trying to protect the room, but it's going to be top. September was up there with the grabbing the regen. Setsu would have really liked that. Because Wii was already moving off the lane and Setsu had no desire to move out. It does not get taken into the bottle of Setsu.
Very greedy support Doom, going for the 2 points Devour. Level 3. I think he did it because he got the attack speed creep as well as the efficient slow coming out from the Hellbear clap. It is very, like, it's 50 mana for, I believe, like 120 damage or something. It's very high efficiency per mana cost.
And Setsu's actually being forced back out of the lane for a bit. He's not going to lose that much CS. September will soak up the rest of it.
Probably just Devour the catapult as well.
Yep. Got it. Plus 76.
The new Mirana of this patch. Last patch, you always had the support Miranas just killing the catapults with arrow.
Mirana is always so much more interesting, though.
Oh, don't you love watching Doom every single game, Toby?
No. No, I don't. I really, really don't.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think Icefire misunderstood that. That's why I didn't nerf him enough right before.
Yeah, that's why I didn't buff techies either. Yeah. That's my one for the day.
You always get one, Toby.
The Dire Observer was nice and deep. Mind Control also quite deep. September and Super, 2 supports moving down to make sure this Abaddon does not have a free game with...
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Wicked barbecue.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
A message from on high. You're dead.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Body stokes the furnace.
Now to lose that Doom under the tier 1.
I believe most PL players would be dead there, but Miracle not only juking, but then at the last minute, Phantom rushing to the range creep to create a gap between him and the 3 heroes ganking and buying enough time for the Abaddon and the rest of the team to TP in and save him. That's crucial, right? One team loses their carry to the gank that was investing a lot of ultimates, the other team bringing 4 heroes mid and not doing enough, even losing a hero like you said in the process. Somehow though, RNG after that exchange still has a slight lead.
Yeah, it's a 1k advantage. The gold's just not flooding in. You still see the difference. Okay, you're missing a couple of abilities on Setsu, sure, but he's 4.8k net worth to the 3.7k of the win ranger, so the mid has a big deficit. And then, like, where else are you looking? You look towards the offlaners. Abaddon has less net worth than Kuro. This is not a good position for mind control at all, and they want to try and give him more space. PL's gone jungle, so this is actually why Kuro is actually building up more net worth, because they're not giving the top lane to the Abaddon. They try and keep mind control on bottom.
The Queen of Pain, the main, like, a hero that's supposed to be setting the tempo at this stage of the game, and yeah, there's a lot of damage, I believe, from the dagger. You're going to see another Doom on the Batrider. He's basically their 3 position, though.
Wind Ranger's there, Miracle's arriving, Diffuser Blade also up and running, September inside the tree lines, Flywind's thinking about helping out, Super and Setsu both here. You don't have your Sonic Wave available, Doom already being deleted, Shackle Shot, flies forward, no trees, Elijah 2, Setsu trying to keep Weehaw back, throwing out the dagger. A nice little steal of a shield, making it even more difficult for NIGMA to find a target to go on.
I think the best way to deal with beef, as they were talking about in the panel, is that you just burn all their mana. Maybe you can't kill them, but eventually they won't be able to fight back. If these Underlord, these Life Stealers, these Dooms, they just have no mana. They do rely on their small mana pools to actually cast the spells that make them impactful. Yeah, you have Rage on the Life Stealer, but eventually you're going to be able to poke him down and force out the Rage just to burn, not get his mana burn. I like the way this game's going for NIGMA so far. Not only do we talk about the PL being the strongest hero in the late stages of the game, getting a really nice item there in the Ring of Aquila both sides, but not nearly as impactful on the Radiant side. No agility carry there, but a Battle Rider, an Earthshaker, I'd say two of the greediest supports in the entire game. You know, like these heroes scale incredibly well, and even though your 3 position's struggling, you do already have a Blink Dagger on your technically 5-position Earthshaker, and you're going to have one soon, most likely on the Battle Rider based on his net worth.
Did Lifesteals just lead the Vambrace on the ground?
Oh no, not the jelly again, Toby.
It's not the jelly, it's just a Vambrace.
I'm just saying,
if it was the jelly, I'd have a lot more issues with this.
Fair enough.
I don't care about Vambrace.
Yeah, that item lowers your net worth. Who wants that? I wonder where he dropped it.
It was in the side camp. Right now you've got ES coming down with a Blink Echo Slam, but doesn't find the exact target, but gets a hell of a lot of rotations coming in behind. He still has Fissure, going to keep Monet down inside the Ripper while September thinks about going in deeper. He got the Infernal Blade off, so at least the ES will end up going down. Miracle jumping for the back, but Setsu losing life so quickly. Miracle needs another jump, another escape away. Double Gang will give him exactly that while Weha trying to line up. Flywim just wants to TP away to safety. Has he got the life to survive long enough? No, he doesn't. Kuro will get the double kill, and RNG have 4 heroes pushing up the daisies.
DDPL, when he has that Phantom Rush active, 44 free agility. That is 88 damage. He hits for 400 at 16 minutes into the game, ignoring the mana burn as well as the illusions. That is so much damage. Underlord not looking like a very beefy boy, I believe the panel called him.
Monet, Flame Break, actually close the distance so he can battle here. Super doesn't really care. Now he'll get the telekinesis back, and that's Kuro. A killing spree being ended by Super himself.
Oh, he has the Vambrace recipe on.
He does? Okay, he got it in the backpack. I thought he left it on the ground for a bit, but well spotted.
The Queen of Pain was saved initially by a Rubik Aphotic Shield, by the way. They did get the Echo Slam onto the Queen of Pain, but a stolen Aphotic Shield wasn't enough to save him that time around. Setsu not having the mid-game impact you'd hope for from a hero like Queen of Pain. He might help
get the silence, and yep, can't move himself away. Shackle even for the extra duration control, and the Tier 1 tower claimed.
RNG, I think, losing a bit of sight of what their heroes, like which hero fits into what role in the game. That's Underlord's job to be in that dangerous zone of the map. You don't want to be a Queen of Pain, a mobile hero playing underneath your own tower. That defeats the whole purpose of being mobile. You're presenting yourself to the opponent, and I mean, that's just so costly. I'm very concerned for the impact of Queen of Pain as this game goes on. Yeah, he's going for a Yules, but they were talking about the lack of saves, and maybe you don't need it on most of these cores on RNG, but now they have a Blink Shaker with not a single item built on the Queen of Pain that's a core